What a literal treat we have for your sports diet. We bring to you one of the tastiest segments in all sports. Some teams are cooking, others just cook. So the question is, which team deserves the largest slice of this delicious pie? It's not a pie time.
Did you guys already eat your pieces?
No, we have our pieces here, by the way.
Bro, please don't. I don't know that your voice can handle it.
I'm not. I'm just gonna.
You're gonna
look at it and wait.
Wow, KW's already digging in.
I thought you were doing the segment.
You want me to do the segment?
I prefer you do the segment. We'll check back in the post pie.
Well, that's not really good for the audience or for me.
What if it's a single shot?
They're not gonna see.
They
us.
won't know. Okay. Well,
no
I might
jib,
have to.
no jib. Director?
No, we're going to need the jib
the
because here's the teams with less than 1%, and there's some new teams on this list all of a sudden. Grizzlies and Bucks have been added to the list.
Yeah. Have you tried this?
Wilds. I need Brew's analysis. You can eat Wilds. You really could do this for the majority of most segments.
Oh, my.
I need Brew here. Brew, are you okay with me essentially eliminating the Grizzlies fired their coach today, and Dame is injured, or Dame has a blood clot. So
remember, I thought the Grizzlies should have been here last week, even with Taylor Jenkins. Definitely now, and obviously the Bucks are out. Yeah, and Knicks.
Yeah.
I mean,
the Knicks.
I'd love to give them a percentage, but
Wilds.
What?
What are you doing, man?
Nothing.
Wow.
You're really off-camera eating. To the pie. This is for you, KW.
Oh, good.
1%.
Oh, my.
The Rockets.
wow.
They keep winning.
1%'s not that much.
It's infinitely more percentile than they had before. I'll tell you that much. And the 2 seed is the 2 seed. They have widened the gap since the last time we did this segment on the field.
Yeah.
They are healthier than some of the other teams jockeying with them. Still a great coach. And the Ime factor is honestly the reason when I was thinking about it, I was like, you got to give him a slice. When you have a coach that we've seen, win playoff rounds, coach in the finals, those things, I try to give him credit 1%. Down to 2%. Minnesota. Because Minnesota was looking like, oh, wait, are they going to climb their way out of the play-in? Now it's looking less likely. They potentially are staring at a 1-8. You don't want Oklahoma City if you're Minnesota in round 1. They're down to 2%. New to the pie, Brew. 3 whole %. Brew's Clippers. I know the audience sees that. They're like, I don't know what team that is. This is their first slice.
Dangerous, bro.
Yeah, I mean.
No, they are dangerous. I mean,
Milo, champion.
You just hope that just stay healthy. Stay healthy.
Stay healthy, and Kawhi keep rolling the way he's been, but they're up to 3%. Down a touch to 5%. This is all play-in related, is the Warriors. I don't really care that they lost that game, those games without Steph. It's not about like, oh, are they in real trouble? It's twofold. One is Jimmy not being able to activate playoff Jimmy for his spite game was something to me. You know what I mean? Like if there was ever a regular season game that you would have thought he would have taken like a playoff game, especially without Steph, it would have been the game in Miami. And the fact that the Warriors are now in very real jeopardy of not getting that time off, having to be playing. They're down to 5%. Up a tick because Joker's back, and the moment he came back, he's like, yo, I'm 39, 10, and 10, is the Denver Nuggets. Again, this is purely a Joker respect play. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Jamal Murray or Aaron Gordon, who are good players, but Joker is the only player in the league that could be on that roster, and they would have a 6% slice. You understand what I mean? Like, if you took Joker off and put any other player on that team in place of him, that slice goes way smaller, or for almost everyone but Giannis and Luka, it goes to 0. Like, with respect to Shea, as great as Shea is, you put Shea in place of Joker on that team, I give him no chance. And even though I think Shea's the MVP, it's just different players. Up to 10% because they stabilize themselves. Pie's fair. the Cleveland Cavaliers. I still would like to see Donovan play better. And however, the 4-game losing streak is a thing of the past. They've stabilized. They obviously are the 1 seed. It's all but mathematically. You're really going to eat that whole slice.
You're eating the whole slice.
He's eating the
They
whole
barely
slice.
beat the Spurs.
They've won 3 in a row, correct? Am I wrong? I think
go back to the pie.
They went up. They went up 3%. I think or they went up a couple percent to 10%. And now to the biggest drop of any team, the Lakers.
Fair pie.
Down to 18%. They're losing against bad teams, which to me is noteworthy only because it is a reminder against good teams in the playoffs, you better be ready and have the energy to be locked in defensively for at least 45 of 48 minutes. Because if bad teams can take advantage of when your lackadaisical defense, the good teams are going to. And the fact that, again, to be consistent with things, I do think avoiding the play-in for the Warriors and the Lakers is incredible, and the Clippers. Those 3 teams. It's going to be hard for the Clippers, but still, incredibly valuable. The Lakers, this losing streak has made the play-in at least possible, and I think that'd be devastating for them because I think they need the rest, so they lose a big percentage of their slice, which means bigger piece for Oklahoma City, who I do think is the best team. And you might be like, why don't they have the biggest slice? It's because if you look at the left-hand column, what you're going to notice is a whole bunch of other Western Conference teams and not a lot of Eastern Conference teams. So Oklahoma City's path, they're going to have to beat potentially 3 teams that have slices of pie. You could have to beat the Clippers in round 1, the Lakers in round 2, the Rockets in round 3, or whatever it is. And so that is tough for them. But there are no holes to poke in this team. But also moving up is the Boston Celtics, who can win without Jason Tatum, who have, 7 guys who can score 25 points if their shot is falling, who are, I think, despite Tatum turning his ankle, poised to be as healthy as they've ever been going into the postseason. Kristaps pops off for 30 every now and again. They have the biggest slice. I think the Thunder are the best team. I just think the Celtics have the cleanest path. That, Brew, is the latest title pie, as Brew is smirking.
No, the pie was great. I was listening to everything you said, watching Wildsy. Where did we get that music?
Oh, I don't know.
Is that your idea?
No, it's not my
It's
idea.
like 80s, mid-80s techno hip-hop or something like that.
We'll figure that out.
But
A lot of
it
time
made
on the
me
pie, less
chuckle.
on the music.
It made me chuckle. Melly Mel and Survival.
Upset
and
the
all that
same
stuff.
music for 3
Egyptian Lover, all that
Okay,
stuff.
go ahead.
All right, anyway, here we go. I need to say this, lest I be accused of changing my pick or something. This isn't about predictions because Knicks got the Lakers winning it all.
Correct.
So this is about how teams are looking right now.
Correct.
Right? The Lakers, who are my pick in the West, right now, I think the slice has to get even smaller.
Wow.
I don't see, I think right now the Lakers are in that second tier of contenders below OKC. I don't see that much of a difference between them and Denver and Golden State. Minnesota is dangerous. I don't see them coming out of no. I see a gap with them in Houston. Even though Houston's playing great, I just don't think they're ready. But I would, whether you want to, you definitely want to shrink the Lakers some, and if you want to give Denver and Golden State a little bit bigger.
So that's what I was going to ask. It'd be
I just think the gap should not be that big between those teams,
between them, they have 29% of the pie. So you think it should maybe be more like 14 for the Lakers, 13 Nuggets, and that math wouldn't work.
But closer, yeah. I mean, I don't mind the Lakers even being first among those 3. I just think the gap is a lot closer.
12, 9, and 8, something.
Yeah, and they're like you said, they've been losing. They lost 4 or 5 to lower rung Eastern Conference teams.
I can't figure out the East versus West thing for the Lakers. That they have in the Western Conference, they now have the 12th best record against the East, meaning 4th worst. And against their own conference, they have the 2nd best record against the West. That is really bizarre. You were right that they
outside of Houston, just thinking off the top of my head, outside of Houston, a lot of those Eastern teams are a lot younger than the West. Think about the Clippers, the Nuggets, the Warriors.
Those are all veteran teams.
Older to now. OKC obviously is young.
But they've only played OKC once, so that's
right.
not really impacting it. Okay. All right. KW?
Oh,
you got Blackberry in your team.
Do I really?
Yeah.
Well, I got a lot. So, as you guys know...
You ate that whole slice.
Well, not all of it. As you know, I often like to coin a phrase.
Oh, yeah. A wordsmith.
Yeah. Iron sharpens iron, took off. Defense wins championship, took off.
The Achilles heel.
The Achilles heel. It's actually just a problem if you have, you know what I mean. I've been listening to people disrespect the Rockets. And I was thinking,
I know.
We've got an issue here. We've got a major issue.
We all know what's coming.
Houston, we have a problem. No one believes in us.
That could take off, buddy.
It could take off. The Rockets analogy,
yeah.
I like it. Houston, we have a problem. Think about it. First of all, Şengün out here cooking. But, yeah, last night, did you see this highlight? Oh, what's going on?
Yeah.
He plays below the basket. Does he, though? Okay. Last 12 games, they are 11-1. I just like momentum. I like momentum and wins. I'm old school. Offensive rating, 6. Defensive rating, 5th. Last 12 games. I know we like to call it like top 5 in both. Top 6 in both.
Yeah.
Top 5 in both, a little bit better. Can they beat the playoff teams once we get into the playoffs? I think it's a fair question. Best record versus current playoff teams. The Thunder has a gaudy record. Cavs, Celtics, and then it's the Rockets. So the regular season has to matter, and they have done it against playoff teams.
They're all great teams. Yeah.
Finally. Again, this is the coaching analysis you're here for, other than me being a wordsmith. They're literally the second best team in the West. So here's how they've earned that spot in a West that's packed.
It looks like they should lose in the second round. Which
Well, it's 40%, 60%, 40%. That means 55% of them don't.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
So they shouldn't.
Okay, go ahead, sorry.
So
You're
better
the poker
chance of
genius.
winning the finals
No,
than losing in the first round. That's interesting.
Thank you, Brew.
The round they are most likely to go out in is the round Brew and I think, have said we anticipate they will go out in is round 2. You are correct. They have a better chance. They have a 45% chance of not making, according to history, of not making the conference finals, which means they have a better than coin flip chance of making the conference finals or further. That's fair.
That's all I'm saying. And I just want to push back one more about the youth. It's like, the young. I get it. I think it's valid. And you guys addressed the Ime thing, so you kind of stole my take because you probably looked at my paper while I was eating the pie. Ime went to the finals, so you have a coach that has coached in the finals. Mm-hmm. That's good. Fred VanVleet is controlling the ball. He's NBA champion. I think that's good. Okay. And then you need a little bit. I know I joke. Well, you don't like Fred VanVleet?
No, I thought it's what you're
it's
about
coming
to
up.
do.
It's coming up.
That's what I'm
with
it's
you.
a premature eye roll.
Okay, but I'm going to talk to Brew then. I'm not moving off of this point. One of the reasons that you guys are flummoxed about the Lakers' defense is because it's no one's main thing. It's like a restaurant without a pastry chef. Like, hey, can you also just make the dessert? Like, okay, fine. Defense is Dylan Brooks' main thing. So he keeps everybody connected. It's also Ime's main thing, not shooting threes for Duke. It's in the DNA of the Rockets. So I think the defense will be good, and I think he has a veteran presence. Obviously, VanVleet is a champion, and Ime is championship adjacent. He watched the Warriors win a championship.
So I'm glad you brought up Dylan Brooks.
Good points. Wow.
Because
thank you.
I wasn't going to bring up Dylan Brooks. I was going to bring up a different 2 seed, and then I realized Dylan Brooks is the connective tissue. 2 years ago, there was a 2 seed that people thought could be decent that year that, oh my God, they're the 2 seed. They had a young star. Şengün, I think, is a young star, a very different player. And they also had Dylan Brooks.
Yeah.
And they ran into a veteran play-in team, or a veteran team in the play-in, and got clocked in round 1. And that was the Grizzlies against the Lakers. Do I absolutely think it is in play that the Rockets hold on to that 2 seed and then wake up for round 1 and they are staring at either a healthy Clippers or, more likely, the Golden State Warriors, and they get clocked like the Grizzlies did? I think that's. I just think it's on the board.
But I know when I talk about. I don't want to test your memory. You'll win in a memory contest.
Maybe not.
But that Grizzlies team, Ja was the scoring threat, correct?
Yes.
And Desmond Bane could do a little
And
bit.
Jaren
of
Jackson Jr. Yeah.
Well, a little, but
Yeah.
At
Ja.
that point, it was Ja.
It was Ja for sure.
If I said, Brew, somebody on the Rockets scored 30, you could give me 4 guesses.
No, yes. Okay, let me counter.
I just feel like a little more
that
balanced
part's
offensively.
True, but that Grizzlies team had someone way more likely to get 30. Ja was getting it all the time. The Rockets, one of the reasons the Rockets, you would have 4 guesses is because you'd be kind of surprised if anyone did. Because they are balanced. Like that's, again, I mean, it's not, I'm not.
No, I get it.
And I am not trying to dismiss and disrespect the Rockets because, as I've said, I think that what they've done this year has been so wildly impressive because I do think they're overachieving. I think that the 5 seed would have been an awesome year, and they might still end up a 5 seed, but we'll see, because it's so compact. And then nobody would think it's disrespectful to be like, oh, I think they have a round 2 ceiling. But because they're the 2 seed, I'm just not as attached to that.
I know, but that's why I think it's so bizarre. It's one of those. It's a little bit of the cousin of your Jordan gets rewarded for not making the playoffs, and LeBron gets penalized. It feels like the final. Sorry, it feels like if the Rockets were a 5 seed, they're like, "Whoo, watch out! Watch out for the 6-seeded Rockets." But because they're a 2 seed, like, nah, they're not.
Well, yes, because the 2 seed is expected to win in the first round.
That's what I'm saying.
By the way, I got to see the matchups. I have over the last 3 weeks moved from I would be shocked if the Rockets won a round to they might be able to win a round.
Well,
I am maintaining my take that I would be it would be the most shocking NBA result to me since the Mavs beat the Heat in the finals, LeBron's first year there, if the Rockets win the West. That it would be that level of, oh my God, that I couldn't fathom it happening to me.
I might even be more shocked.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Let me see that graphic, too, because Wilds was a little fast and loose. The graphic about the percentages
here we go.
of second seeds.
Let's see it.
I mean, this is impressive, right?
Yes.
But the last 10 years, it's a small sample size.
Yeah.
Like, if that were like 50 years.
I bet
or
actually
30 years, I would really be like,
here's
wow.
the thing, Brew.
Because that's a small
20
sample
years,
size.
2 seed was actually more successful.
That's what I was going to say. I bet it actually would go in the other direction.
It might.
I bet historically the 2 seed, if we go further back, because for a long time, NBA conference finals were 1 versus 2, 1 versus 2. You know what I mean? For a long time, like the NBA teams really did play to their seed. So
it's an interesting graphic.
Yeah,
it's all Josh.
Well done, Josh.
Josh
Hope
never
you enjoyed the pie.
He never drops.
You've all of a
gems
sudden
on
just
me.
become the Rockets.
I gotta go to Josh.
I'm a Rockets guy.
I gotta tell Josh what
You should come down
he
to the
never
3rd
just
floor.
dropped something in my.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.